Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, so this
One
is,
of Trump's
I want to
people.
talk. He is.
She
right?
is. She voted for him.
Right. So the thing is,
Her whole crew was shocked.
This is what we're talking about. We're going to talk about transphobia. Okay.
Yeah.
So, listen. She gets a lot of stick for she's done it for media purposes. Trust me, you do not chop your dick off for a media purpose.
And I'm with you. I'm with you on that. 100%.
I believe her. That was from the heart. You know.
That must have been such a difficult journey for her to go through in the public eye as well.
And transgender in general.
But generally, we know Bruce Jenner to be an athlete originally. That's why he was in the public eye in the first place. Then he married into the Kardashians.
Family, yeah.
Right, exactly. and then all the while he's battling his own battles that nobody knows about. He's got all this shit going on.
Suppressed it for 60 years.
He's got children. He's got 2 daughters. Like, what's that going to do?
And that's
to
what
him?
he said that.
I was raised, and I come from a background. I've got my own battles.
Yeah.
You don't know what anybody's going through. You really don't, and it's not for us to judge. Like for an example, I have a Muslim cousin and a Christian cousin. They're both gay. And what my Muslim cousin went through and what my Christian cousin went through are completely different. And I'm here in the middle, trying to love them both, but I'm from the Muslim side. And don't get me wrong, I have my own opinions. I really do. But I'm not out here trying to do God's job.
No, exactly.
But we know now in the media that she had the surgery to remove it.
Right.
So I think it was like, get your dick out to kind of degrade it. And I just feel like, for me, transphobia.
Could have said, get your nons out.
Yeah, but even transphobia, like, you know, I'm back and forth. I live UK and Ghana, and being gay in Ghana is illegal.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, you know,
I didn't know that.
And so I've been like, Dean, I would love you to come to Ghana, but then I do worry for Dean.
No, baby, you stay here with me.
It's illegal, and it's like, how can someone who I love and I'm close to, I can't show them where I live and where my other half live, and we can't share our life with our friend who's part of Dean's part of my family.
Absolutely.
And that's upsetting to me. So I just feel like it's got to stop. Everyone's got to stop judging and putting rules. Like, if my brother was to say, you know, I want to wear skinny jeans, some people might say, oh, that's feminine, but who am I to tell him, oh, you can't wear skinny jeans? How can we tell people how to dress, how to look?
On the flip side of that, there are transgender women like Laverne Cox.
Yes,
she is killing it. And you know, she might get abuse we don't know about, but from what I see,
I'm sure she absolutely did in the
beginning.
But it's almost trending at the moment to be transgender.
Do you know who I used to love? Do you know who? And I still love them. Lily Savage from back in the day.
Yeah,
Paul O'Grady, Lily
Savage. I fell in love with Lily Savage.
I didn't know
giving
Paul
a shit about Paul O'Grady.
No,
when Paul O'Grady came out as Paul O'Grady, I was devastated. I felt like he killed.
Savage.
How can you kill her? She's a person to me. Like I'm a
Blank
fan.
was no more.
Was no more. But for me, again, like I said, I have my own opinions, and don't get me wrong, I love both of my cousins equally, and I've got so many gay friends that I wouldn't be myself if they weren't in my life. Like, they mean the world to me, but I'm a straight woman, so I can't relate.
No, you can't.
But I can't relate to their battle the same way I can't relate to another friend's battle. Who's going through something completely different, or I can't relate to my Caucasian friend when they're saying, "Oh, that black woman was being racist to me." I can't relate to you. I'm sorry.
Everybody has a battle, and
everyone has a battle, and some we may relate to, and some that we may not. But my main thing is I know how much God blesses me. So who am I to sit here and say He's not blessing you because you're gay? When did you overhear that conversation between that person and God?
Innit?
Because the truth is. They're going to meet up, they're linking up later, and he's going to say, all right, come in.
That's his job.
Or don't come in.
Thank you, it's not us.
So now, but when I go to meet with him now, he's going to say, listen, you can't be screaming abuse at these people.
When you did X, Y, Z last night.
Exactly, you gave up your nons before
marriage. Exactly.
That's illegal.
Amen.
You may have a willy up in you, but you weren't married at the time. So your sin is as equal as your cousin's.
Yeah, all sin is sin.
A sin is a sin. And more importantly, in my religion, a sin is not a sin unless you know that it's a sin.
Unless you're doing it knowingly.
Exactly. You're not going to be like, if you actually feel that you are a woman, for me, if you believe that's not a sin.
But do you know what? That's your only sin. But then if you think that God made that mistake, God woke up and said, you know what, that's a woman, but He made a mistake and gave you the wrong brain. Then
God might have been on a diet habit for that day.
But the truth is, if that's that transvestite's only sin is to think that God made a mistake, then that's the only sin he's got to be forgiven for. So when he goes and meets up with God and God says, do you know, I didn't make a mistake, he'll just say, I'm so sorry, I thought you did.
Everybody's got to live with themselves at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And the only person you've got to answer to is you, because you have to live with you.
And God.
as a human being, I've gone through mental health problems.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't on paper. I didn't go see my GP about it, but I've had mini breakdowns in the past, and it
stress
took
a lot
of support and a lot my friends and my family to kind of get me out of it. But the stress.
Yes.
When in my day and age, when I was growing up, 16, 17, I couldn't leave my house. There was no Instagram them days. So I didn't have the millions of people. My tweet, I didn't have Twitter, so nothing could bust me aside from the hard work that I was doing.
Yeah.
But I've got this Max Fix NC35 that I could not leave my house without. I feel it for people like Stormzy, Kanye, all of these people who come from nothing or come from very minimal to having all of these things, like how do I spend my money wisely? How do I not lose everything? How do I keep my woman? How do I keep my job? How do I keep my fans? How do I post something that's not gonna backfire on me? Like there's so much pressure. But I feel like and breakdown.
But I feel the pressure sometimes. But I feel the pressure on the rise to it. Like I feel like when you go on social media, I feel like I'm not even where I'm supposed to be.
Same thing.
Like when I see and being an entrepreneur, like we're
pressure
all
of life.
Actually, all four of us are entrepreneurs or self-employed, and
we hustle every day to make money.
That's it. Like stress can turn into depression.
Absolutely.
And it's like there are times when sometimes I feel like, okay, why am I doing this? Because like when you work for yourself, people think you get a pay rise, but you're actually taking a pay cut.
Absolutely.
You don't know. I don't know from 6 months to now how I'm going to pay my bills.
What I do have is my sanity, because I don't feel like anything that I post is gonna bust me. Everything is an opportunity, but I understand the hard work.
But also as well, that could be a lot to do with your age and the fact that you're very comfortable in your skin now. People have to get there. They have to get there.
You know what I mean? What I mean about the pressures. It's a lot.
I'm 30. I just said that, but I still feel I have to be insecure. Like when I go on Instagram and like you see someone like, especially those that are in the same industry as me, and you see, oh, they've got that funding, and it's like, well, no one's funding this for me, and sometimes you do feel like,
but you need to
just feel sad. Like,
but you know what it is? No,
I don't feel sad.
I don't feel
when
sad.
I see you guys hustling on social media,
I'm
so good.
I do.
And I know I'm in the right.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy, but then sometimes you do feel sad. Because then you think like,
why is that not me?
I'm not doing well.
Do you know what? When I see you, Vanessa, when I see you and I see you do your thing and girl talk and all of that, I think, my platform's still here. I'm still here. My girl's keeping it alive for me. And so when I have a bad day and you have a really great day, we're sharing a platform. You're keeping me alive.
Because what you don't know is you're inspiring someone out there.
Absolutely.
That's the thing, you don't know, because sometimes when you kind of run something, especially like this platform, you're so in it, and then you just feel like maybe no one even cares. Like, why am I? Because what I'm doing is what I do, kind of not envy, but sometimes I wish I had a profit-driven business. Like I wish I had like a product. And I admire you because you've got
product.
But when you're trying to do like purpose, people don't care about the purpose.
No, they don't care about the purpose.
Do you know what? I actually had this same realization recently about not knowing how many people I inspire. They message me all the time, and that's why now I try to just go on Instagram, and even if it feels like I'm ranting. Or just talking about a realistic situation. Some people, I'm telling you, people message me every single day. I feel like this. You're in my mind. So I'm like, even if it's one person that I help in this world, I've done my job.
And I'm exactly the same.
This realization happens to me maybe every few years, and I forget that people are inspired by my journey. The fact that I started business at a very early age. The fact that I'm dyslexic and I'm still going. The fact that, you know what I mean? People, they'd like, you can't believe it because you're just you know what I mean? And when it's like
it's the same for me. Like I where I am, this whole presenting thing, this is my goal. And I'm living it.
It's your passion.
And it's my passion, and I'm living it. But still, on the side, I've got to make money.
Absolutely.
So I've still got to do my 9 to 5.
Absolutely. It took me a long time to leave the workforce.
It's a growing thing, you know? And you know what? I think about, sometimes I sit there and I think, why, when is it going to pop? When is it going to pop?
It's not me, because you hit the nail. It's not me sort of being jealous, but thinking, when's it going to happen for me?
You know what you need to do?
But you have to tell yourself.
It's not even the word of jealousy. It's the fact of just being comfortable in your truth. I'm reading a book called The Power of Now, and I keep on telling people about this book called The Power. No, but you really have to believe it and live in it. Now is the only important time that you can. The future's not promised. The past is already gone. The now is the important element ever. When you leave here, right this second, have you got any problems? Now, nothing.
Don't worry about it. It's now. Live now.
It is. I believe we all have a bit of mental problems with us.
100%. It's just there, waiting to be triggered.
Exactly, waiting, just dormant and waiting. Some people smoke weed, sconcosis happens. Some people take the wrong drug, they fall apart. Some people drink alcoholics and they become alcoholics.
Exactly.
Like, I drink once in a while, I've never been addicted. Like,
same.
And sometimes I just think, that smells nice. I'm not drinking for 2 months. I don't like it.
It's same with alcohol for me. Like, drugs are not a thing. Alcohol for me was like, growing up, I come from a family with addictive personalities, and they did drink. So I didn't start drinking till I was 20 years old because I was afraid
of being addicted.
Absolutely. And then now I thought, you know what? And people go, why? And I think because I didn't want to be addicted at a young age. Well, no, but the hashtag for it is it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, and that's the realness.
That's all we have to say. It's okay not to be okay.
That's a good
close.
close.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's been amazing.